So, hello and welcome to the February behind the scenes glimpse video for give you an idea of what's been going on during what everybody's been calling the most tempest tossed month between three Atlantic storms and now a war kicking off in Russia and Ukraine. Yeah, it's been a pretty lively time. Oh, and the official ending of the pandemic in the UK. Yeah, still going to wait and see how that works out. Yeah, it's been a busy time. We've done a full production of Coriolanus, which was extremely active, extremely bloody, and extremely good fun. We've done two lots of scenes. We've got little extracts, well, not extracts, we've got videos for you from several cast members of Coriolanus. Valentina, who was our Coriolanus quite wonderfully, has put several little versions of her video, so I just included them all because it's kind of fun. And yeah, what else has been going on for us? Well, Prompter's Corner's been quite busy. If you follow us on any of our social media, you'll notice that the amount that we post has gone up a lot. That keeps me busy. I really do enjoy it though, because it's a good excuse to go back through some of the wonderful sort of the little films that we've made for Twitter over the last few years, as well as clips from the various productions, and reuse them in a new format. And it's all part of a new marketing drive to basically widen our reach, get more people in and attract more lovely patrons like yourself. Just so that the company can basically continue to grow and so that everything moves forward. So that's been keeping me quite busy. Also, what else have I been doing? I've cut King John up into parts. That sounds bad, but you know what I mean. And I'm in the process of checking them now, because that absolutely has to be done to make sure that everything is where it needs to be. Because that's always the scary part when we do this. Anyway, so to start the video off, here come several members of the cast from Coriolanus with their thoughts and insights on how that went for them.
So we have just finished Coriolanus, and what a marathon. I'd just like to say a big thank you to everyone for playing with me and for supporting me and for being so brilliant. And it's been an honor to share a screen and some words with all of you. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I thought I'd drop a quick message to say thank you for joining us for Coriolanus. I'm Ellie and I played Ophidius, and it was my first venture into Coriolanus. What an epic play. Will didn't do things by halves, did he? And I wanted to just say how incredible it would be to actually perform this in person with the company, who I think are incredible risk takers, mavericks, brave, courageous, fun, energetic, wonderful company to work with. And we wouldn't need to go to the gym if we did it in person, as Valentina says, because it's very epic. So thank you again for joining us, and there's more where that came from.
Coriolanus is done and dusted, and I can't help but wonder, what's my host's name at Coriolis? And has he been saved?
So, when you're multi-charactering, as I was in this production, and you have to clean a load of lipstick off your face, do not use baby wipes. This is the lesson we've learned. Instead, I'll keep the brand name covered, use cleansing water. You get them in Boots or Superdrug. Them, bit of cotton balls, really good for your skin, wipes right off. Necessary this show.
In the immortal words of the bard and Coriolanus, have we no wine here? Happy Sunday evening.
In creating my nice cistern of Rome Marcus, I discovered eye patch is a good look for me. Now I just need to figure out how to do this in day-to-day life.
So, we have just finished the marathon that was Coriolanus. I have been killed quite satisfactorily. And it's a Sunday night and I have fake blood in my hair. And on my forehead. Yep, still there. Right, the question is, do I first take a shower? Or do I first deal with this? Yep, the glamorous life of an actor.
Oh my goodness. So we just finished the full run, the live show of Coriolanus. And it's always so funny because you finish and you're like, and I'm back in my house. It was absolutely amazing. I was very much blown away. We had some like technical issues this time around. But man, like the rabble brought the energy. Val was an amazing Coriolanus. Oh my goodness. Like step back, Tom Hiddleston. And I'm always kind of like, how do these things come together? Like right before we start, right before Lizzie's like, and we're live. I'm like, is this gonna happen? Is this like, do I know my way through this thing? And the answer is no, but the cues are there and you follow the cues and you will get there eventually. Yeah, it's just such a good exercise in taking a leap and going, we'll find our way. And we do. And the high is so good afterwards. We just like to be down at the pub with my fellow castmates as opposed to alone in my flat. But we take what we can get, right? Anyway, lots of love.
Valentina as Coriolanus was wonderful. Oh, there were so many fantastic performances in that play. But one little part, it probably only lasted a few seconds, but it made me smile. Alexandra, I think the character is called Boris, carrying a plate or a tray of bread rolls on her shoulder. She's so inventive. She's just amazing. Anyway, it made me smile.
And here, just for fun, is that little Boris moment.
Save you, sir.
And you, sir?
Director, if it be your will, where Greater Fidus lies, is he in Untius?
He is, and feasts and nobles of the state to his house tonight.
Which is his house, beseech you?
This here before you.
Thank you, sir. Farewell.
Now, going to switch over to see what people felt after the scenes that we did, which would be Sunday of last week at the moment. So we had two lots of scenes, two very busy casts again, and the general theme was plot and plan, not pot and pan, which made it quite difficult to say. And I think we had a good time. There were definitely some very nice moments. Then there always are. So here are a few reactions to that.
So we've just finished another round of Shaking Scenes on Sunday the 20th of February. And it was a thoroughly enjoyable showing, actually. I've got to say the thing that sticks in my head the most about this was the chance to play Malvolio. I've never had the chance to play the whole character, and in many respects I'd love to have a go at exploring the whole journey of the character. But there's something about the style of that writing particularly which I find really leans into playing big. And I think it's partly coming from the text, from this particular style of approach, the Q script approach, because it gives you a lot of liberty to take some risks and you know, risk potentially doing something which isn't appropriate, but sometimes it really clicks in. And I think, I mean, I'll let you be the judge, but I think this was a big performance that's warranted by the script. So I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed playing it. Also enjoyed playing with the role of Cassius, which again, it's not a role I've ever played before, but it's rather nice to feel your way through the text and explore the journey that Cassius is going on. Because it's a slow unfolding of his personality, and it's as much of a discovery in this style as it would be doing the whole journey of rehearsal. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I did. See you next time.
We've just finished doing some lovely Shaking Scenes, and of course I got to get my revenge on Malvolio as the lovely Sir Toby. Now the lesson we learned here is don't screw with Toby. You don't get in the way of my drinking. You don't get away in that lovely maid Mariah, because she's eyeing me. So, I've got him locked in a box, and a lot of fun is going to happen next. Don't screw with Toby.
Good morning, everybody. It's Elizabeth here. Thank you to everybody who stopped by to watch our scenes yesterday. We had tremendous fun. I've been having a bit of a thought about all of them that I did. So I did 2 scenes, and one of them was from Richard III. Now, I really struggled prepping this one. At the beginning of the scene, Lady Anne's speech is understandably quite vitriolic. You know, this guy has killed her husband, he's killed her father-in-law, a bunch of other people that she knows. You know, she's pissed. But then, over the course of the next sort of 5-10 minutes, she goes from hating this guy to kind of agreeing to marry him. And I had no idea how I was going to work that character arc into the scene. So I gave up. I did the homework and I came to the scene and thought, well, let's see what happens. And it's amazing when you're working through key scripts what you get back, because in reading just my own part, I was absolutely baffled how this was going to pan out. I couldn't see how her brain was working. I thought she was completely stupid. Kind of still do. Given what happens next, spoilers. But the thing is, when you're in that scene and you're listening to the other person, it's amazing what Shakespeare gives you back to work with from them. I suppose the moral I'm trying to get across is trust the text. On its own, my part made no sense at all. Putting it aside, Ashley, playing Richard, and what she gave me back in the scene was, it made it natural. Nothing that I said felt unnatural in that character arc. And it consistently amazes me that Shakespeare just knows what he's doing. It shouldn't amaze me, but it does, in a very lovely way.
You know, when you go to a restaurant and the starters look much more interesting than the main course, so you decide to have lots of different ones. Well, doing scenes is an opportunity to do that. I mean, being able to play Stanley and then Cleopatra and finishing with Jaques is fantastic. And it's also a time to experiment and have fun.
Well, it's nice for me to know that Jenny enjoys scenes for pretty much the same reasons that I do. It's always fun to just pick out bits of plays and give them to a new voice to speak, or try someone else's energy with a part. And I'm always left with so many feelings of, now I want to see them do the whole of that. Yeah, future reference. Okay, so that's almost it for this month. We've got one little extra treat in this video because Ashley, who was Richard III in one of the scenes, she's always wanted to play the part, which is one reason why I was delighted to give her a scene to basically have a go. And she's done one of the monologues. So here you are as a final treat. Thank you again very much for your support this month. We literally couldn't do this without you. Wishing you a very good month to come. Be seeing you soon.
Thy eyes, sweet lady, have infected mine. But now they kill me with a loving death. Those eyes from thine, from mine, have drawn salt tears, shamed their aspects with store of childish drops. Those eyes which never shed remorseful tear, know when my father York and Edward wept to hear the piteous moan that Rutland made when black-faced Clifford took his sword at him. Nor when thy warlike father, like a child, told the sad story of my father's death. and 20 times made pause to sob and weep, that all the standers-by had wet their cheeks like trees bedashed with rain. In that sad time, my manly eyes did scorn and humble tear. And what these sorrows could not thence exhale, thy beauty hath, and made them blind with weeping. I never sued to friend nor enemy. My tongue could never learn sweet smoothing word, but now thy beauty is propose my fee. My proud heart sues and prompts my tongue to speak. Teach not thy lip such scorn, for it was made for kissing, lady, not for such contempt. If thy revengeful heart cannot forgive, lo, here I lend thee this sharp-pointed sword, which, if thou please to hide in this true breast, and let the soul forth that adoreth thee, I lay it naked to the deadly stroke, and humbly beg the death upon my knee. Nay, do not pause, for I did kill King Henry. But 'twas thy beauty that provoked me. Nay, now dispatch, 'twas I that stabbed young Edward, but 'twas thy heavenly face that set me on. Take up the sword again, or take up me.
And little postscript, because I forgot to say this, we've realised we're coming up on 2 years since we started doing online performance. The official date is March the 22nd, and we're preparing 1 or 2 little things for that to share with you and the rest of the world. So keep an eye out for that.